Well, welcome to the TWC Leadership Channel. This is where we take about 5 minutes in our staff meeting to talk about a leadership principle that'll help you lead better and volunteer better here at the church. So last week we introduced this thought in episode 5 of Replace Yourself. And so we're episode 6, Replace Yourself, Part 2. So here's the idea. We're going to be breaking down replacing yourself into 3 steps. But the whole purpose of the Replace Yourself, as we discussed last week, is that replacing yourself is a strategy to help develop and grow leaders in your ministry. And so this is kind of a strategy I feel like is one of the best strategies to help develop and grow leaders. So the first step in replacing yourself is, so step 1 is to break it down. Break it down. Sounds like a dance move. But break it down. It's basically teaching someone to replace yourself begins by having a clear understanding of exactly what it is you're trying to hand off. So each job needs to be written down into doable steps. And if it's not written down, chances are that if it's not written down, then it's probably not been effectively broken down. And so being able to break down each and every one of our ministries into doable steps so it's able to be handed off. The worst thing you could do is to set someone up saying, hey, I'm replacing myself, here's my job, and they don't have a clue what they're doing. And so it's important to do it in doable steps. So it needs to start, when you start breaking down your ministry, it needs to start from a 30,000 foot level to a 1 foot level. So every ministry needs to start off with how does it affect the mission of the church? And then it gets down to the very doable task of the 1 foot level. So every ministry, so I'm kind of introducing this idea, every ministry in our church needs to have a manual. Every ministry needs to answer some of these questions. Or in this manual, this is what needs to be listed. What does this ministry's purpose? What is the ministry's purpose? How does this ministry fit with the mission of the church? In fact, our mission is to lead people in a growing relationship with Jesus Christ. So how does it fit into that? And how does this ministry go about the task? What's the TWC way in which we do it? So I'm going to take an example, if I have time, hopefully I do, of an usher. Just like rudimentary, we don't have an usher manual right now, but what would be in the usher manual? Well, the usher manual, as an example, would be, what is the purpose of the usher ministry? How does the usher ministry fit with the mission of the church? And what are the tasks that the ushers are responsible for? What is the role of each head usher in the service? And what is the job description for each leader? When you start breaking all those down, you start to get a clear idea of how to further hand off or replace yourself. So the good news is, for the rest of the year, we're going to be tackling this so that every ministry in this church will have a manual and have all these questions answered. Because before you can do anything about developing leaders, we got to be clear about the task and our role before we hand it off. Good to go?
Yeah.
All right.